Raiders, it has been over 1 month since Plarium released their announcement about the upcoming changes to the Hydra Clash game mode coming to Raid Shadow Legends in the near future. In today's video, guys, I want to share my opinion and provide some constructive feedback on what we need as a community to change for this game mode to become more enjoyable. So we're going to talk about rewards, we're going to talk about turn limit count, about champion buffs, nerfs, etc. Everything that matters and is related to the Hydra Clash. Now, I initially had this video in the pipeline for quite a while now, but today is actually the day. So if you enjoy the content, smash a like, subscribe to the channel. It really helps a lot. Now, first, we're going to quickly go over their announcement, guys, because they do seem to have a game plan on how they can actually improve all this. Even though some of the things are a bit concerning because we don't really have enough information to kind of like make a strong opinion on what exactly they are planning to do. So this announcement was posted on the 17th of June, guys. So it's been almost 2 months actually since they've posted it. It's been quite a while since we commented on the current state of the Hydra in general and Hydra Clash in particular. This topic remains hot, and we need to clarify our position and intentions towards this mighty creature. We acknowledge that Hydra Clash currently doesn't work as intended and is off balance as a game mode. Here goes a heads up as to what directions we prioritize to alleviate the issue. So they're planning to basically modify the Hydra General's battle mechanics. Now this is what sounds concerning because at the moment, every person in the game, regardless of player power, for how long they've been playing or whatever, they are able to take the same team, and if they have the exact same sort of gear, they will pretty much score the same score, right? They will get decent damage. Now, this right here, general battle mechanics, it does sound like something will, in a way, power creep players based on maybe their own level, maybe their player power, maybe something like this, because the actual mechanics in the Hydra Clan boss will allow you to deal unlimited damage as long as your champions can actually do it. So if they're planning to maybe change something on that part and basically put a soft cap, hard cap on how much damage you can actually deal versus the Hydra Clan boss, that will create a different form of issues where if somebody deals the same amount of damage from two different teams, they will generate an equal amount of points, and that can overall bring more problems than solve issues, basically, you know. Some champions are great, but become extraordinary when fighting Hydra specifically, which indicates that the issue is rather with the Hydra mechanic itself first and foremost. We're considering tweaking Hydra's overarching mechanics as a boss overall. So maybe it has nothing to do what I initially said. Maybe it will be something to do with the way they take damage after the new heads respawn. You know, at the moment we have that shield, that life barrier that basically reduces the damage a lot. Maybe they're going to introduce some new sort of mechanics that will not allow you to one-shot the heads. That will 100% kick Tranda straight in the head, okay? If she's not able to basically one-shot all of the fresh new heads coming, it will definitely create problems for that team. But like this, they are not actually nerfing the champion, so people can't really be complaining that they completely killed their champion, right? So I feel like it's definitely a very thin line on what changes they are planning to do with this. And as long as they're just basically adding some additional mechanics to stop some of these champions to completely overpower the Hydra, I feel like that should not necessarily be an issue whatsoever. Changes to the Hydra Clash competition. I feel like this is what really needs to change to make the game mode more enjoyable. Hydra in general, it does provide a lot of RNG, but once you master the whole game mode and you understand what each one of the Hydra heads does, you know their skills, you know basically how to counter them, Hydra doesn't really become an issue anymore, right? It is a bit more challenging on auto than the regular clan boss because you can just spit on a team, snap your fingers, and job done. So right here, basically, the Hydra Clash competition that would make fighting Hydra on higher difficulties more appealing in terms of the numbers of Hydra Clash points. For instance, adjusting point multiplier. Now, Hydra Clash was not even released when I've told them, guys, the multipliers are just not working. This is not going to be good because if somebody can go with a Tranda team or with whatever else we might have available, Corpulent Cadaver, for example, in the past, on normal difficulty or hard difficulty and score 10 billion points, and then you go on Nightmare and you score 300 million points, it just makes no sense because the hard difficulty will double your points, right? So they definitely had to adjust the multiplier system for this, you know. And I feel like if they're not basically ensuring that no champions can overpower the higher difficulties, this will be a bigger issue again. Because imagine reducing the multiplier on hard or increasing the multipliers on Nightmare or Brutal, and you have a crazy team that can deal billions and billions of damage on pretty much every single difficulty. Now, if you do a Tranda team, for example, on a Nightmare, and you have a multiplier of 8.0 instead of 4.0, this team right here will just absolutely break the game. So they definitely need to bring all of the adjustments at the right time to ensure that everything will be fine, you know. On the other hand, putting a cap on maximum damage or number of Hydra Clash points for each difficulty level looks a bit heavy-handed and is not in our plan currently. This is a very bad idea. Now, every time when we discussed about this, a lot of you guys are saying, just put a cap on the numbers so everybody cannot score more than this. Well, that doesn't make it a competition anymore, because if everybody will get at the same stage where they can all hit this maximum cap, you're just gonna end up in some form of a draw, and it's basically not a healthy system for the game. Why would I want to improve my team from that cap onwards, you know? What for? It's no point to do it. So they definitely need to find a much better solution, and I'm very happy to see that they acknowledge that a lot of people provided this feedback and they are not planning to do it because it's heavy-handed. I totally agree with that. Then rebalancing specific champions, but only when Hydra Clash mode and Hydra as a boss are adjusted, and only if champion rebalance is still necessary at that point. That makes me think that what they're planning to do is possibly either bringing in some form of new mechanics to stop champions to completely overpower Hydra, or they're planning to do some other crazy things which might not be as fun and as good as I initially mentioned at the beginning of this video, you know. So they're not planning to nerf Tranda, they're not planning to nerf Yannicka and Wixwell, they're not planning to nerf the other team that is doing crazy damage either. So that's a good thing, but I feel like once they're going to change the mechanics, it will basically make those teams poop. So that's basically what they have planned. Now, consolation rewards for being rank 4 or 5 in the Hydra Clash, that's definitely needed. At the moment, guys, if you are going to the Hydra Clash, only top 3 clans are getting something. So basically leaves these 2 clans right here with nothing. And that sucks, because if you are playing this game mode, you're putting in the effort to basically manual these Hydra runs, is very, very painful. And the very first topic that I want to open with, guys, is basically rewards and the current system that we have on and what I think it should change. So I do think they should not add consolation prize rewards. They should just add rewards for top 4, top 5, and make it competitive as well, in terms of maybe giving them something very similar with what we have right here, and at the same time boost a bit the rewards for the other tiers. Now, the number one thing that really needs to change in this game, guys, and I have a different video on the pipeline that I'll be making, so stay tuned for it. Probably it's going to take me a couple of more weeks to be able to gather all the footage that I need, but I got you back with this, okay? No more 5-star gear in the endgame content, Plarium, please. In the name of God. I'm happy that you understood that we do not value 5-star gear, at least for the Siege game mode, but this is a massive issue with the Hydra Clash, with the Karsiri, and with other areas in the game. Now, if you are looking at this chest right here, okay, the gear is just not amazing. Like, most of the times, you're getting 5-star gear from here. And I feel like they should definitely change it. Like, if you're getting rank 1 or rank 2, take out the 5-star gear. And then slowly, just add another rarity of 5-star gear till you get to rank 5. Because it really just makes no sense to get rank 1 and get pretty much the same thing as rank 2 and rank 3 and rank 4 and rank 5 whenever that's going to happen, and basically just get 5-star gear, you know, but just get one additional piece, which is another 5-star gear. You know what I mean? So I feel like the rewards, they definitely need to be a little bit improved in terms of gear, and of course, add rewards for every single clan that participates in here, and just basically make better rewards for each rank. Like, these clans will still be interested in competing and trying to basically snatch a better place, so they get better rewards. But if you don't create a good incentive for rewards, of course, people won't be trying to compete in this game mode, because why would they if the rewards are just not appealing enough? And the next thing that I kind of like want to talk about it, man, is the time, okay? So that's why most people don't want to do this game mode. It takes so freaking long to do a Hydra clan boss run. Now, basically, yes, it resets every week. You only have to do 3 keys a week. Now, when you are doing a key and you're trying to basically compete for that leaderboard, and you're trying to basically help your clan as well, and don't be the black sheep that everybody points the finger at and be like, well, this guy, he's been slacking. We should sack him out of the clan because he's just getting carried, you know? So in order to don't be in that spot, my advice to Plarium right here, and I feel like some of you guys might disagree, but I'm going to give you guys a very good explanation why I think is a good idea. Reduce the turn count, okay? It takes 1,500 turns. You don't need that. Why do we need it in the game, right? It takes you 60 to 90 minutes to do a full manual key in the Hydra clan boss. Now, you need to do 3 of them every week. And just thinking about it, yeah, 3-4 hours is not such a big deal. But adding that on top of everything else that you need to do in the game every single day is just absolutely making you burn out, okay? And I think the turn limit count should be either reduced to 750 turns or to 500 turns. Now, some of you guys will be like, well, Skratch, I need 500 turns to basically reach the damage that I need to do in order to get the chest or something like that. And I understand that. I know it will be difficult for some players, but trust me, once you're past that stage and you basically need to do a full freaking 1 hour of manualing 3 times, it's just going to bleed out of your eyes and nose, and you're just gonna hate it, okay? So, like this, they will create more incentive for players as well to basically improve their teams, right? Like, at the moment, there isn't much reason to really go and improve your team, especially when you see a Tranda team absolutely demolishing a team like mine, for example. So, look at all of these teams, right? This is my team right here. It took me around 70 minutes, 60-70 minutes to do a full manual run, and I got 4.5 billion damage. Ninja dealt 2.6 billion damage, okay? And my team is just being completely eclipsed by any other Tranda team that you might see right here. Look at this one. 6 times more damage. If I'm gonna go all the way at the top, 100 billion damage. So it's no point for us to work on improving teams when something like this is absolutely decapitating our teams, and all the gains that we might get from our teams, 1 million, 200 million, 1 billion, is going to be nothing compared to something like this. And I feel like the main issue in terms of saving time and stuff is definitely the turn limit count. You don't need it in the game to have 1,500 turns when you can reach the damage much earlier. And even if you are newish to the game, you're still progressing, you still don't need 1,500 turns to get a 1 key, no matter what team you're using, okay? Because either your team will fail because it's too weak, either you're going to be able to get that 1 key in a couple of 100 turns maximum, you know? So I feel like they definitely need to work on that. Maybe bring in some weekly modifiers as well, you know, to make it a bit more appealing, to be a bit more different, to keep us on our toes, you know. Maybe sometimes make like use damage dealers from this faction or this faction family, and you're gonna get 2x damage from them, or you're gonna get 1.5 points extra on top of it, or I don't know. They can do so many different things with this, but there are definitely a few things that they definitely need to change. Rewards, the scoring system in terms of multipliers, especially once they are planning to bring their own changes. Of course, the turn limit count, that will solve a massive time issue. If they're bringing in 500 turn limit count, basically you're gonna do 3 Hydra keys instead of doing 1 right now, because that will be pretty much the equivalent of it, you know. So it's definitely something that really needs to change. But do let me know in the comments down below as well, guys, what sort of ideas you might have for the Hydra Clash. What would make this game mode more appealing for you? What would make you want to improve your team, play the game mode? I know one of the biggest things, rewards, okay? Then, of course, having the ability to actually use a decent team that makes you feel like you are able to compete. But as it is right now, all of the matchmaking feels a bit broken, because so many clans out there have a Tranda team or a Yannicka team or something that completely eclipses the entire other clan. So right now, let's just give an idea, an example. A clan from that's in rank 600 has a Tranda team and is going against another clan that's rank 601 that doesn't have a Tranda team. And the rank 601 clan will do all of their keys, and the other clan will do half of their keys, but they will win because of the Tranda damage, you know. So the matchmaking is definitely not in a good spot right now, which creates a lot of frustration. Appreciate all of you guys watching. As usual, if you enjoyed the content, smash a like, subscribe to the channel. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.